Hi, and welcome back to Lisa's Stamp Studio. Today is video number 4 in my series on card layouts. I provide you with a specific layout for the elements of your card to make it easy for you to create. This is the card I'm going to be demonstrating for you today, but I also have 2 other cards with that same layout to share during today's video, so make sure you stick with me to the end. If this is your first time visiting my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. Make sure you click that small bell icon that's next to it. That will give you notifications of when I'm live here on YouTube, as well as when I upload a new video. Let's head over to the stamp table and let's get started on today's card. Here's a good close-up of the card we're going to be creating together today. You can see the gold glimmer paper here along the side, and I did emboss the greeting in gold as well. I'll be using the stamp set To a Wild Rose. You're going to find this in the current annual catalog with Stampin' Up! If you don't already have a demonstrator and you would like a complimentary copy, just leave me a comment below or go over to lisasstampstudio.com and click on Contact Me. I'm going to protect my work surface with a small grid paper. I'm going to be using Whisper White cardstock to stamp the collage of the roses. I'll be using Pool Party ink, and from that stamp set I chose the 2 more solid images. You're going to see an outline image here. These 3 images do overlay to give you a beautiful detailed rose. It's what we call 2-step stamping. The great thing about this stamp set is you're able to use this image independently, which means if you love to color or watercolor, it's a great stamp set for that as well. I'm going to be using these 2 images by themselves today without the outline. One of the things I had difficulty with was aligning the 2 images on top of each other to get that depth. So what I did is I took a Sharpie marker, and with the blunt tip, I very carefully placed a black dot in one of the corners. Now when I mount it to my clear block, I make sure it's on the left-hand side so I have an idea of placement, so that when I go to use the other image over the top, they'll align well. I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. I'm going to start by placing the solid image down first. With my Pool Party ink, I'll go ahead and I'll ink that up. This stamp is almost the same size as the ink pads. You'll want to make sure that you travel to cover every area of it. I'll place the first image here. What I'm looking to do is create a wallpaper effect. So you'll see me stamping on and off the cardstock. Now I'm going to repeat this process to fill the cardstock base. This is the more solid detailed image, and again you're going to be able to see that I placed that black dot here on the same edge that I mirrored here on the stamp. That's going to make aligning it a lot easier. I'll go ahead and ink this up as well, and I'll stamp the first one in the center so that you can see how it aligns. Again, I'm looking here because I know that's this area. Photopolymer images are clear, which makes this relatively easy to do. And then I'll go ahead and press it on top. And this is where we get that depth. I'm going to go ahead and repeat this now on the rest of those images. I have a piece of Pool Party cardstock. This measures 5.5 by 8.5. You're going to find all the cutting dimensions if you're here from YouTube down in the video description right below. I'm going to use my bone folder for that nice crisp edge. I did score it in half right before you joined me. I chose to adhere this all the way to the right side of the card base. If you've watched my videos before, you know I'm a big fan of the silicone craft sheet when I'm applying adhesive. That's going to ensure that I keep my work surface nice and clean. Adhesive, liquid glue, and hot glue will not stick to it, which makes it a great accompaniment here in the Stamp Studio. And then I'll mount this all the way to the right-hand side of the card base, leaving that left side exposed. I've cut a sliver of gold glimmer paper, and I'll flip that over as well. This is the beauty of the silicone craft sheet, because I know the width of my adhesive is wider than the strip, but it's going to allow me to place adhesive where I need it and not allow it to fall on my work surface. And then I'll turn my card horizontally, and then I'll place this glimmer strip right against the left edge, and I'll press that in place. Now let's work on the greeting. I'll be using a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I want to ready this for embossing. And I'm going to be using the Embossing Buddy. I absolutely love this anti-static powder. By rubbing it across your cardstock, it's actually going to repel the powder from sticking where there isn't ink. I've got my gold embossing powder here, and I'd like to work over a paper coffee filter to help catch the excess, which then I'm able to pour back inside the bottle. The ink you're going to want to use for this is Versamark ink. It's a slow drying watermark ink, and it's very sticky, which will allow you plenty of time to powder and then heat set. From that same stamp set, I've pulled out the words blessed. And I'm going to stamp that now to the right side of the strip. I'm going to close that Versamark pad so we don't get powder in it. And then I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle that generously with the gold embossing powder. And you can see what a beautiful job that embossing buddy has done so that I don't have the flecks of gold powder where I don't have a stamped greeting. I'll place that off to the side and I'll bring in my heat tool. And I'm going to hold it relatively close to the paper. I like to use small circular motions. What's going to happen now is the powder is going to turn to a raised foily finish. I recommend concentrating on one spot at a time so that you don't lose where you left off. Because if you don't set the powder, it will literally wipe off. I always give it a quick check to make sure that it looks like foil all the way across, and it does. I'm going to go ahead and let that cool for just a second, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my dimensionals. I'm going to be using these on the back side of the greeting to create some elevation on that card. So I'll flip that over, and then I'll add my dimensionals here across the center. I'll remove that paper backing. And then here at the base of my card, I'm going to butt up this edge of the greeting near the left side. I chose to put it about 2/3 of the way down, and then I'll press that in place. I'm going to be using some Gingham Gala sequins. I absolutely love these. You get 5 different colors, and they already have adhesive on the back. With my Take Your Pick pickup tool, I'm going to come up underneath it, and I'll lift up one of them. And I'll place one here near the bottom of the greeting. I'll place another up here near the top. And then finally, I'll place another here near the bottom just to fill a little bit of those white areas. So here is the first card. I promised you 2 more. This one uses the handwritten background stamp. And all I did was use the Stampin' Blends marker, which is alcohol based, to color in just the word thank you. And then I went ahead and die cut the words thanks from the well-written dies, and just of course add a little bit of rhinestones here. Here's that same edge, although it's a little bit narrower. And for my third card, I used the stamp set Above the Clouds. This stamp set is also 2 steps. So you've got the outline image with the basket, which is separately, and then of course you can fill the balloons. And to give a little bit of dimension, I added the happiness blooms dots here to the card along the greeting, just like I've done here. So here are the 3 cards for today's card sketch or card layout. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up here on YouTube, and I look forward to seeing you next time for another card layout video. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great day.